First form of labor in America was forced labor. And it was called slavery. You understand what I'm saying? And I looked at hundreds and hundreds of years of my family and my ancestors, and we're still at square one. After all these generations, and this one company gave me a chance after one lifetime to go build generational wealth that hundreds and hundreds of years my ancestors couldn't even do. And I'm not going to sacrifice that and take it for granted. And you know what I started to realize? I started to realize that the word corporation sounds an awful lot like plantation. And I was 15 years old, and I remember this in the history books. The word salary sounds an awful lot like slavery. They pay the position, not the person. And I started thinking, nobody even realizes it. I was reading a quote by Harriet Tubman, and she said, I've helped free thousands of slaves, but I would have freed thousands more if they had only known they were slaves. How many people are recruiters and you understand exactly what she meant hundreds of years ago? We understand. The secret to slavery was to not let people even know that they were slaves. So they'll keep on doing it and they'll raise the next generation and do it over and over again. And then you see these employees and they're getting paid less than what they're worth because you will never make what you're worth at a job just over broke, a jail operating as a business. It's the corporate prison system. It's just reinvented itself, and history will repeat itself if we don't study what happened. The word manager sounds an awful lot like master. See, the new slavery is keep people in debt. I started to realize as I was going to school, they were turning me into a revenue tax generator. And then I go to a corporation and I buy products that I don't even need. And then we find these precious families at 65, 70 years old with their pockets inside out. They made millions of dollars, made $1 million or so, 1.5 in their whole lifetime, and have absolutely nothing to show for it. And I started thinking, man, I'm not going to sign up for that. I'm not going to just sit there and take it. I'm going to fight back. You understand? If they hit me, they're going to wake up with bruises. The world is a big bully, but they only bully people who don't fight back. You can't just lay over and take it, man. You got to fight back. You got to realize freedom isn't free, guys. Freedom isn't free. We got to fight for our freedom. And we got to do it every single day like warriors. When I get invited into WFG and I see the Underground Railroad, and I see Charlie A, and I see Harl, and I see Ed Milet, and that's the Denmark Vesey, that's the Nat Turner, that's the Sojourner Truth, that's the Harriet Tubman. I started to realize we're building the Underground Railroad to set all these captives that don't even know they're captive. We're here to set them free. And it's bigger than us. And I come in and I didn't know anything about what they said. I was living with my dad. I was 24 years old. I was broke. And I heard the term 401k get tossed around and thought it was a marathon. I didn't know what a 401k was. Didn't know anything. I didn't have a bank account when I come to the meeting. I didn't even know how to tie a tie. I heard them throw around the word mutual fund. And I thought mutual fund was something you did with your girl on the weekends. I didn't know what it was. I'll sign up for that though. I hear them say the word stud. And I can only imagine if I went to my neighborhood and called one of my friends studs. We about to be fighting. You don't just call somebody a stud where I come from, man. You about to be fighting. I hear them say awesome, and I thought, awesome? I've never used that word a day in my life. I see high fives, we used to give dap, and I'm giving high fives, and I'm like, this is kind of weird, but I don't know. I hear the term, I come here and I hear the term, you got to sell out. And as a black person, you realize we're not supposed to sell out, right? I'm like, everything here, it feels good, but I don't know what they're saying right now. And then eventually a week goes by, 2 weeks goes by, and you're like, man, call me a stud, man. Tell me I'm awesome. Just give me a call, man. I'm going to sell out to this thing. And then WFG becomes who you are. And WFG, guys, is like, you ever go to a fairground where they have those mirrors, and if you're kind of big and stocky, it makes you look long, tall and lanky? Or if you're tall and lanky, you can go to a mirror and it makes you look thick and stocky. Have you ever been to one of those fairgrounds? Well, that's not WFG. All right, WFG is in the hotel room, or like a woman's compact, where you turn that mirror around in the hotel room and it shows you every imperfection, every single pore, every bit of acne. See, you're about to find out about yourself in WFG. WFG is about to break you down, and then we're going to build you up to be the leader you're supposed to be. I'm the product of our leadership. Man, I feel so privileged that I seize the opportunity. So many people see it, but so few people seize it. And you guys were all here. It's not what you look at, it's what you see. And I came to that BPM and I said, I'm about to change my life here. And I started realizing, man, it's a tough business, guys. All the people that are up here that are successful, man, we had to pay the price. There is no rollbacks in WFG. You understand? There is no Black Friday. It's all up front. It's all full. But you will reap what you sow. And you will reap in multiples of what you sow. But you also got to know you reap in a different season than when you sow. And the income we're getting paid right now came from seeds that we planted 3 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. We're still milking what happened 13 years ago when I signed my AMA. A lot of people ask, did you ever think about quitting? And I said, where else am I going to go? I got nowhere else to go. I'm at rock bottom. Can you fall off the floor? So I don't got anywhere else to go. See, it was my naivete. It was my naivete that made me realize this is the only shot I got. I got a high school diploma. I'm not supposed to be a multimillionaire. I'm supposed to be making minimum wage. I'm supposed to be in prison like all the other people that I grew up with. I'm not supposed to be where I'm at. I almost did everything wrong, but because of WFG in the United States of America, they give you a chance to, your past does not equal your future, and you can always push the reset button. And then I started to realize, guys, this is a crusade. This is a crusade. And a crusade, by definition, is a war. You understand? And what do we call the war? We call warriors to war. So when we go back, they got to see a different you. You can't be the same you that came here before convention, or else you're not going to get anybody to believe you. See, when you believe, you will be believed. You don't got to worry about getting anybody to believe you. You believe. See, when you're convinced, if a convinced person speaks, you become convincing. You don't need to worry about convincing anybody else. When you go back home, let them see a different version of you. You're walking faster, you're talking faster, you're going in the right direction. And everybody's gonna laugh at you because in a movement, number one, everybody's ridiculed. They don't even call it a business, they call it a thing. Are you still doing that? You gotta go to meetings every Wednesday and every Tuesday, and you're still going to all those meetings. Yeah, I'm going to meetings. Are you still going to the plantation Monday through Friday? With no ownership? See, when you're right when you go in, if you got truth on your side, and you're right when you go in, it doesn't matter what they say. You still got truth on your side, and you're right when you come out. You understand? We're doing what's right. And this reminds me of the civil rights movement, and it reminds me of a lot of people. Back then we called them haters. Nowadays we have trolls. But we're going to win in spite of the trolls. We're going to win despite of what everybody says. And then after that, you become strongly opposed. You never see your kids anymore. How come you're not with your family? All you do is work. Money isn't everything. You know, money can't make you happy. Have anybody heard you say that? As almost they're insinuating that poverty makes you happy. Yes, happiness is a choice, but I want to be happy and rich versus happy and poor. Go to the ghetto and look at the look on people's faces, and then go to the suburbs and see how people look. Even the dogs in the ghetto are mad at you, man, you know? Get me out of here. And then you go to the suburbs and they put t-shirts on their dogs and walk them around. I'm like, what happened to that, right? Big old buff dudes walking with little dogs and stuff. Hey, and then the last one, like Monty Holmes said, it's accepted as truth. We always knew you could do it, man. Oh man, this is the successful person of the family. Isn't it funny, by no offense, when you join WFG, like I said, they call it a thing. But if you own, say, a liquor store, you're selling diabetes, cirrhosis of the liver, lung cancer, and lottery tickets, you're a business owner. And they would tell you, hey, this is the successful person of the family, but we're taking care of widows and orphans, and nobody even knows that what we do is so awesome. It says it in the scriptures we're supposed to take care of widows and orphans. And, you know, I just wanted to, just a piece of my heart, no pun intended. I don't got no PowerPoint, you know? I guess this is the PowerPoint, I don't know, I just want to tell you a quick story, and it's called The Christian in the Flood. You know, there was a town with torrential rain, and the town was going under, and it was flooding, and there was the last family that was on the roof, and it was a man on the roof, and a fishing boat comes by and says, the whole town's going under, get in the boat. And he says, oh, ye of little faith, God will take care of me. And then another boat comes by, and he says, the whole town is going under, get in the boat. And he says, oh, ye of no faith, God will take care of me. And then the next boat comes by, and then he passes up on it, he goes to heaven, and he sees God, and he says, God, why didn't you take care of me? And he says, who do you think set the boat 3 times, you dummy? My question, who do you think put you in this room to experience the convention for the past 3 days? You're here for a reason.